There is a place full of history, with a rich culture and an economy that grows day after day. Korean waves have touched all of our hearts in some way, but that inspired me to learn more of Korean history and culture. That is why I want to share my research, my experience, and show the history itself of this country with you. I want to talk to you a little bit of Korean history. Since Paleolithic period, about 500,000 years ago, three kingdoms, Goguryeo Kingdom, Bakchie Kingdom, and Shilla Kingdom had emerged on the Korean peninsula and part of what is known as Manchuria. In the late 19th century, Korea became the focus of intense competition among imperialist nations such as China, Russia, or Japan. Sadly, in 1910, Japan annexed Korea, bringing the Joseon dynasty to an end with its traditional Korea. And renewal of culture came after its independence in 1945, although it was immersed in poverty. But the one of growth touched the heart of all Koreans, so they did their investment in education for the next generation. They believed that education will help to right the country, and they were right. Rural areas started growing slowly but constantly. The government invested in their people. And after a time of great poverty and tension, Korea began to grow a lot. After years of hard time, South Korea experienced an economic transformation between 1975 and 1999. However, in 1997, Korea went through an economic crisis that brought the entire country to a standstill. Many companies closed and there was a commercial stoppage. However, again, the Korean people managed to move forward. In a common act of solidarity, showing the unity and the selflessness and patriotism in Korea, the donation that the Koreans made to pay the debt that had been formed was of great inspiration for other countries of the world. First is the King Sejong the Great, the enlightened king creator of Hangul. He was the fourth king of Joseon dynasty of Korea. He also encouraged advancement of scientific technology and instituted many other efforts to stabilize and improve prosperity. The second hero is Jin Sun-shin, is one of the greatest Korean heroes and creator of the turtle ship. He was a Korean naval commander famed for his victories against the Japanese Navy during the Imjin War in the Joseon dynasty. Hangul is the name of the Korean alphabet, although the spelling, alphabet, and vocabulary differ slightly between the two countries. But Korean is the official language of South and North Korea. Koreans believe in sincerity and loyalty, and follow certain codes of conduct while meeting, eating, praying, or even celebrating. At times, when many other cultures like mine that we hug and shake hands, Koreans bow. Because bow is a sign of gratitude and respect to the person they are meeting. Korean cuisine is normally based on rice, noodle, vegetable, and meat. There are some famous Korean dishes, what is bibimbap, that is my favorite, bulgogi, and dalgabi. The Korean culture is based on politeness and respect, and this is clearly evident in Korean table manners. In Korea, there are different kinds of music, for example, folk music, like pansori, there is a long vocal and percussive music played by one singer and one drummer. While pungmul is a folk music tradition, there is a form of percussion music that includes drumming, dancing, and singing. K-pop or Korean pop music is really different of the pop we hear inside of the world. It's often influenced by styles and genres from around the world, such as experimental music, rock, jazz, gospel, hip-hop, and more. K-pop is really popular nowadays around the world. My favorite bands are BTS, Infinite, Blackpink, and street kids. This is how I learned about Korean culture. Korea has touched my heart, and for my love of their culture, I have made incredible friends. I had dressed a hanbok, draw and taste delicious food.